we have a runner running with completely no pain, zero pain, and coming off an old injury. And to the naked eye, it looks maybe not a lot to look at there. But remember, a lot of things can be happening that can be, you're kicking the can down the road. Remember, you're just waiting for injury to happen because your body's a great compensator. So if we start slowing this runner down, you're going to start to see her left foot. Look at that wiggle towards the end. And her body will compensate until things start to fail. So we'll slow it down a little more. What we're seeing is she has an old stress reaction injury on her tibia that almost turned into a stress fracture. She's not controlling her foot coming in contact with the ground on that left side. It smashes inwards, and you see that little whip as she pushes off. So watch that left foot, little whip. On the right side's normal while she toes out, but you see this whip on the left side, and that's coming from her inability to stabilize. When she comes in contact with the ground, we're looking for this inside part of the leg to control that motion along with her inner quad and her hip up top, but she doesn't get that. What she gets is this slapping to the ground where she overpronates because these muscles can't pull up hard enough. Remember, no pain. She has an old stress reaction injury, but now most people just go back to running. Our memories are short. We don't run or we don't work on our strength once the pain goes away, but these issues still occur. They're still there. So we see her coming through, and then she comes off the ground, and you see a little bit of a whip, and it was tough to see there, but we see it in slow motion. So let's go back. Again, watch it real quick. We'll speed it up as it goes. That little bit of whip at push-off on her left foot will definitely cause injury down the road. So not working on strength is just a terrible model, even if you're not having pain. Here's another great example of movement gone wrong. We have a runner who's running without pain but has old injuries that have been accruing over time, and when the pain goes away, we stop working on strength. We slow this down, you're going to start to see the knees just buckle inwards. And this is, again, pain-free for this runner. Without the pain, that's a stimulus to start working on things for most runners, where we need to be working on these things because things wear down over time. Watch her right knee here buckle inwards. And here it comes again. It buckles inwards. And what that is doing is it's beating up her knee, and the pain goes away. We still have these movement issues, and we just continue to beat it up until it starts to hurt again. And then we become reactive, not proactive. We become reactive. We start working on our strength again until we can run again, and then we just go back and beat it up. It's an endless cycle, and the key is paying it forward. Stop kicking the can down the road. So again, when she lands, we're going to watch that whole leg nice and straight, buckle inwards, and again, movement is key. We need to be able to strengthen that outside hip, strengthen the inside part of the leg so all that can control that motion. We need to strengthen the muscles that pull up and out. And that's done with functional movement. You can't just sit there and do leg raises. That's ineffective. So a real easy thing to see in slow motion. And we've all seen these runners as they kind of flail their legs out, but this is a big need for strength because, again, you can run without pain, but does that mean that things aren't brewing? You're waiting for that storm to hit. And this is what she's doing, and we worked on strength, and she got much better. And we come up to full speed. Our next example is one of the millions of compensations that happen up at the hip, and it's really all movement-based. Again, tough to see at fast speed unless you have a trained eye, but the thing is it doesn't matter what these compensations are. You have to be, again, proactive, not kicking the can down the road. You get after these things before they become problems, and it's tough to preach because no one cares until they're hurt. We slow this down a little bit, still a little tough to see, and we'll continue to slow it down until that really pops out of the favoring of the right hip on this runner. The whole right side is being favored. When she's coming in contact with the ground, she's not very balanced and strong on her right side, what's causing her knee to change its position. And if we pause it as she comes through, and we look at her overall positioning when she's in stance on that right side, look at the shoulders dropping towards that side. The hips are nice and level, but that's only part of the pie. Those shoulders drop because she's trying to take her center of mass and put it through her hip so her muscle doesn't have to fire. So it's either a weakness in the hip or some arthritic changes going on in the hip, which warrants strength and balance anyways. So it doesn't matter what we're trying to identify. The key thing is that you pay it forward and you actually work on these things. Again, the elbows are dropping, the shoulders are dropping towards that side. Compensations that are tough to find unless you know what you're looking for. and they're tough to see at normal speed of running. Everyone, can pick out their friends when they run. Here comes Bob. I see him from a quarter mile away. He has that stride that I don't understand what's going on with. But the thing is identifying why things are like that. Your body moves a certain way because it's trying to make up for other areas. So paying it forward and working on strength is a foundational principle that needs to happen if you plan on being a strong, fast, and efficient runner. You can't just throw more mileage at yourself or maintain mileage without having some dedication to strength, to flexibility, and to balance.